my channel. Today I'll be making some Guyanese cheese pie. If you want to see this recipe, you could stick around. Here are the ingredients for this recipe. Here I have some flour, butter, shortening, heavy whipping cream, 6 eggs, some cheddar cheese, Monterey Jack cheese, brown spicy mustard, finely chopped green onions, finely chopped bell peppers, complete seasoning, and garlic powder. Now let's get started with this recipe. So to make our pastry dough, we're gonna start by adding our shortening into the flour and our butter. And I'm gonna work these in with my hands. But if you have like a food processor or a mixer that you can use, you can go right ahead and use that. So you wanna work these in until they look like breadcrumbs. Okay, so this is how you want your flour to be looking, like breadcrumbs, after everything is completely worked in. And now we will begin to add some ice cold water to form our dough. Just pouring a little at a time until you form like a ball. Remember, you don't want to knead this. You're just pressing everything in together until it forms a ball. So when you're done, this is how your dough should be looking. Now I will place this in a Ziploc bag and I will sit this in the fridge for a few hours, and then I'll be right back with you guys to show you what's next. So while we're waiting on our dough, we'll go ahead and whisk our eggs and heavy whipping cream together. Now I'll add my heavy whipping cream and we will mix this well, making sure everything is evenly combined. Now I'll add my garlic powder and my complete seasoning. Now we'll add our mustard. And we will set this mixture aside for later. So before we get started, I wanted to show you guys that I got these little mini pie removable bottoms pans. I got them on Amazon. They will be super easy when it's time to remove the pies from the pan, so I got these to use instead. I will link the link for these down in the description box if you guys want to get them. And let's get started. So the first thing we are going to do is we're going to roll our dough out. Flatten it first and we're going to roll it out. Make sure you get it to like a half or quarter inch thick. Not half inch, actually get it to like a quarter inch thickness. And then I will take my little pie thingies and just cut them like that. And I'll place it in the pie pan. But I might have to roll these out because it's too small, so I'll roll it out a little bit and make it, it has to be over the size of the pan so that when you fit it inside, it'll have like enough dough on the pan and not less dough. So you put it in there and you just like fix it, and then you can cut the pieces off with the edge of the pie pan because it's sharp. Like the remainders, the pieces that's not wanted, you can cut it off right there with the pan because it's really sharp. So I'll show you guys another way how to do it. I find this way to be the easiest way. Just get a piece of dough, roll it out in a round shape to the size, a size bigger than the actual pie pan, and you just place it in there and cut the edges off with the pie pan. This way is much more faster and easier to me. So I'll finish the rest of them up and I'll be right back with you guys to show you the next step. So now that we're done, I will begin to put brush a little bit of cornstarch at the bottom of my pies because I don't want, when I put my egg mixture in there, for it to become soggy before I put it in the oven to bake. So I'm gonna brush all of them with the cornstarch. And then I'll be right back with you guys to show you the next step. So now we're gonna go ahead and start filling our pies. But before we do that, I wanted to show you guys that I will be using a turkey baster. I find this to be an easier way because I can control the amount of egg mixture I'm pouring in there. And you do not want to overfill your pies. And I find that using the turkey baster is an easy way. But you can use your mug or whatever, but just take your time and pour because you don't want to ruin the pie by pouring too much of the mixture in there. So you'll mix your cheese well, and then I will start by adding my cheese first. Then I'll add my toppings next, my peppers. And my green onions. Now I will add my egg mixture. Do not overfill your pie. Just put enough in there and leave like a little space because while it's baking, it will swell. And if you overfill it, it will run over in the oven. Now I'll top it with cheese. And I will do one more so you guys can see, and then I will continue doing the rest of them off camera, and then I'll be right back to show you guys the next step. Now that I'm done filling my pies, I'm gonna go ahead and top them with some bacon bites. This step is totally optional, guys. This is not in the traditional Guyanese recipe, but I just like bacon bites, so I'm topping them with some bacon bites. And I will place this in an oven of 350 for about 25 to 30 minutes. So I just wanted to show you guys the reason why you do not overfill your pan. You see how they're puffing up there? So this is our pies after 30 minutes. I just wanted to show you guys how easy these remove from the pan with no problem. Just slide right out. Okay guys, so this is the finished product of our Guyanese cheese pies. If you guys enjoyed this video, you could just give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.